Okay, so a frequent genre of video that people seem to enjoy is desk tours and room tours. Weirdly enough, I haven't actually done one of those yet, so I thought, why not? In today's video, let's do a desk tour. Now this is unscripted and rambly as it gets, so bear with me, I suppose. The first thing that I have is, I guess, my chair. Now this is a Razer gaming chair. I did actually get a pretty good deal on it, and the reason why I have this is not because I'm some memer, gamer, zoomer. The reason is these gaming chairs are actually intensely comfortable and actually quite good for posture. I don't really play video games that often. I just got quite a good deal on this chair, and frankly, office chairs for the most part suck. Next, we've got my computer of choice. This is a M1 iMac. Now you might wonder, why does a Linux user have an M1 iMac? Well, frankly, this machine has everything that I want, and thanks to Asahi Linux, it's actually quite well supported by Linux. Has a nice 4.5K colour accurate display, which is great for watching movies, editing videos, basically everything that I do. It has USB-C round back, which frankly all of my devices use USB-C at this point, so that's great to have. And frankly, it's just a beautiful machine. I mean, look at it. Also, doesn't take up too much space, so I don't have to have a desktop tower kicking around. All in all, I really like this machine. I don't know that I would recommend it. For my use case, this is probably the best machine that I could get. I also have down here an SSD, a USB-C to a bunch of other stuff, adapters. Now at this moment, this is taken up by two USB cables that lead into the next device I'm going to show you. This is the Onyx Books Mira Pro. Now this is an e-ink desktop monitor. Whenever I bring people in here, they are always, well, dumbfounded as to what exactly this is. But no, it's a desktop monitor and it has an e-ink display. Why exactly? Well, put simply, I just don't like LCD. Simple as. I find that it's harsh on my eyes after working on it for a long time. I think it looks terrible. And I think there's just something retro-punk cool about e-ink. Most of my other devices are e-ink too. In order to use this monitor, I actually have to connect it to a display link adapter. Now this is just a cheap thing I got on eBay. The reason for that is Asahi Linux does not yet support external monitors, but hopefully at some point it will. That's why all of the USB ports are taken up on the adapter at the moment. As you can see though, it's not all bad. There are two USB ports on this display link adapter. The second USB port, the one that isn't being used for display, by the way, is used so I can refresh the screen from my keyboard and not have to reach up every time I want to change something. But all in all, I really like this monitor. It was very expensive, but absolutely no regrets about it. It's fantastic. Next up, we have a Blue Snowball microphone. I have had this microphone since I started this YouTube channel, and it hasn't let me down yet. I really like this microphone, and it's in fact what I'm using right now to record. So yeah, one of the best purchasing decisions I ever made. The only thing that's annoying about it is that it's quite large, as you can see, and also it uses USB-B, which was old when this microphone came out, and now it's extremely annoying. If someone can show me a USB-C microphone, I will probably get it. I also do have a miniature Razer microphone that I picked up on sale for quite cheap, but to be honest, you cannot beat the Blue Snowball microphone. Next, my headphones. These are some DT990 Pros limited edition 250 ohms. Again, I got these used cheap. They're actually pretty good headphones. They're my first pair of open backs and I absolutely love them. If you were wondering what my daily carry headphones are, I actually daily carry AirPods Pro, which again, weird for a Linux user, but when I bought my iMac, I got them at a steep discount because I had some sort of student offer or something, and frankly, haven't felt the need to replace them, and I don't think there's anything that I could have gotten that's better at the same price. Driving those headphones, I have a Hi-Diz A90. Now this is a portable media player, but I also just use it as a desktop DAC. It's probably nothing that's going to set the world on fire, but it's probably better than whatever's built into this iMac. I do also own an iPod Classic, which I found in a charity shop, which is basically like a charity version of a thrift store for any Americans watching. It's pretty good, and to be honest, I really like iPods because you can install GNU/Linux on them in the form of Rockbox, which I highly recommend if you have an iPod. Next, I have just this generic Dell monitor. This isn't actually connected to a computer, I just use it when guests come over and want to play games or whatever. I could probably take this off my desk and lose nothing, but to be honest, I don't know what I'd put in its space. Next, we just have a bunch of like daft, silly plastic toys. No anime figures, sorry to any weebs watching, but yeah, it's just stuff I've collected, I suppose. And finally, on my desk, we have a keyboard, mouse, and just some cables I use to charge stuff. Now, again, unusually for a Linux user, I use the Apple Magic Keyboard and the Apple Magic Mouse. Now, the reason why I use the Apple Magic Keyboard is actually I don't like big mechanical keyboards. I find that they're just too large for me. I tend to get arm strain using them. They're just not nice to me. I am interested in trying out a low profile, in like a laptop style keyboard, mechanical keyboard. Hopefully that should do what this does but better. But also this keyboard came free with my computer. Those don't. That's why I use this keyboard. And also there's the Apple Magic Mouse. Now I actually really like this mouse. Controversial take, I know, but what I particularly like about it is that you can actually scroll left and right on it, which is really great when you're editing video or editing audio in Audacity. And yes, that does work on Linux. Although it must be said, this mouse doesn't work as well on Linux as it does in macOS, but I figure that's to be expected. Also, we have a water bottle. If you don't have a water bottle on your desk at all times, you ain't living life correctly. You need one, seriously. Finally, I think the last thing worth showing is probably down here. Now, I actually made a review of this device, but this is a punked power cord extender thing. Now, the reason why I really like this is because this is the only over-engineered extension cord I've been able to find. I really like it. Helps keep all the cables organised. You can turn everything off with one button. Absolutely fantastic. And there we go. I think that's just about my desk. The only other thing worth mentioning would probably be my Remarkable. Again, an unusual device for free software enthusiasts to be using, but it runs GNU/Linux, it's distraction free, and I absolutely love it for writing, making notes about things, pretty much everything that you need to do to make a video. If you're ever curious about my workflow, it gets written on a Remarkable, sent to my desktop PC for recording and all that sort of thing, and then it goes right to YouTube. So, I hope you enjoyed this desk tour. If anything significant changes, I will probably make a new one. But, as always, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.